Hey guys, how are we doing? So doing a live feed in the van today because it is blowing a gale outside and you certainly wouldn't hear me. So I wanted to talk to you about something that I spoke to about with one of my clients yesterday, and that's vision and the importance of vision when it comes to understanding having purpose in life or fulfillment and waking up with a goal, with a vision. And I think so many of us are missing that. I missed it quite a lot of the times. In the early stages of my career, I was just kind of going with the flow, just existing. You know, I wasn't really living. I wasn't really putting into place structure, vision. I didn't really have a purpose. I didn't have fulfillment. And I think a lot of the times we wonder where we're just going. We're just endlessly lost in our journey. So I'm going to give you three analogies and three different versions of vision. So imagine standing probably about 10 inches away from a tree. Morning, Matt. How's it going? Imagine standing about 10 inches away from a tree, an oak tree, great big thick oak tree, and you're just looking straight ahead. All you're going to do is see the oak tree. You're not going to see what's around it. You're not going to see what's beyond it. All you're going to do is see what's right in front of you. And I think this is where a lot of people are right now. They're only coping with what's right in front of them. They're not thinking about the next 12 months. They're not thinking about the next 24 months. They're not thinking about the next 5 or 10 years. And I think that's very apparent when it comes to fitness, when it comes to health. Let me shut this window. When it comes to business, when it comes to family. You know, a lot of times I feel a lot of people are so engrossed within their work that they're missing out on valuable family time. And that actually, when it comes to it, you're not thinking about the fact that your kids are going to grow up and move on. And you can have a lot of regret, which is a terrible emotion to have, about missing out on early stages with your kids. And it's something that I have, simply because, you know, I was very busy when I was in the Marines. I remember going to Norway and then going straight on to Afghan and then going on to loads of training when I got back. And I was just, God, I hardly ever saw my first daughter, which was gutting. So I think the same can be said for fitness. Not a lot of people are thinking about their life or the version of them in the next 5 or 10 years. The vision is so short-sighted that you're forgetting that actually you might not be on it now, but it's going to cost you when you're older, and the quality of life that you have when you get to 50s, when you get to your 60s and 70s, and how you live your life now very much dictates the way or the quality of life that you're going to have at those stages. You know, it's certainly going to be a lot harder for you to do something about it later on in life with the mobility issues, health issues, trying to get mobility and flexibility management. So short-sighted vision, and that's when you're just kind of looking at that oak tree, you're 10 inches away, you don't really see it. The next version is when you step back slightly. Let's say you step back 10 meters and you can see the oak tree, but you can just see glimpses of behind the oak tree, and you can just start to see a little bit more, and your vision is widened slightly. Now this is where I feel that some people who are trying to make the effort to make a better life for themselves, you know, they can see there's potential. They can see there's potential for their future when it comes to businesses, all right, when it comes to health, when it comes to relationships and your own personal development. You're starting to see a bigger picture. Now, if I was to say to you, follow up the path all the way up onto the cliff edge, behind the tree, you can stand on there and you can fucking see the whole horizon. You can see everything. Everything is clear as day for you to be able to see. You know, you can see clearly where you're going with your business and work. You can see clearly where you're going with your health and well-being. You can see clearly where you're going with your relationships. And you can see clearly where you're going with your personal development, right? And all of those things become apparent because you're planning. You have purpose. You have fulfillment. And that's when your vision, and that comes from having a wider vision where you see the horizon, where you see everything in front of you and everything makes sense. So the fitness goals, okay, wanting to lose the weight, having a better lifestyle, eating better, drinking less. You can see the vision and you know why you're doing it, because you now have purpose, because you don't want to be that person that has a poor quality of life later on in your life, because you have vision. Because you're creating vision. Somebody that's running their own business is understanding that, you know, this doesn't come overnight, that the success comes in time, and you're working to a purpose, working to and reaching for some fulfillment, that you understand that your children and the time with your children is valuable, and your wife, so that you can have a better life and relationship with them later on. You know, you want that closeness, right? And then obviously your own personal development, understanding that, you know, you need to understand and listen to some podcasts to have better way of thinking, a positive way of thinking. You know, without personal development, you become very small-minded and very negative. I think that's what you can be, and that's what I found personally for me, and some of my other clients have found, is that if they don't introduce themselves to personal development and they don't start reading books about issues that they are interested in, mindset books, podcasts to enlighten them and motivate them, listening to videos that encourage them and inspire them, then it becomes all very negative. But it's having vision. You know, where do you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years when it comes to the four models that I talk about in my book? Health, fit at work, relationships, and personal development. So you need to get away from that tree that you're standing in front of the tree. You need to walk up towards the top of the cliff edge and have that vision. And you know, and that journey from the tree to the cliff is your journey. You know, you're along the way, you're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. All right, you're going to be wanting to make sure that you are completely like super focused on that vision, understanding your purpose. It's going to change on the way, 100% going to change on the way. It might change over 6 weeks, it might change over 12 weeks. But your goals, your aspirations, your life journey is going to change on what you want. But you must be always clear on the vision. Always be standing on the cliff, looking at the vision. Don't be standing in front of the tree, fucking 10 inches with no vision in that dark place. You must start. And the way to start it is by writing stuff down. Write down what you want out of your life. I asked the client yesterday, potential client, what does the end result look like for you? So what does the end result look like for you? That's what I'm asking you. So what do you want out of life? What would make life happy for you? And I think when you can understand that, that's a place to start, and you can start working towards that. So I'll leave you with that. Some things to think about during the day. I hope yesterday you had a great day and you were really controlling everything in your life rather than just coping. And you know, tomorrow I'll come along and we'll talk about maybe your why and your and another reason to really be inspired to get up and sort of own your day and stop existing and start living. Just a very quick speech just to say that our 6-week program starts on Monday. If that's something that you're interested in and would like to work with me, I've got 7 places, but I've got 14 calls booked already this week. So if you'd like to get ahead of the game, just drop me an inbox, and I will arrange a call immediately. And if it's something that you want to invest in, the 6-week program is a great way to kickstart some of those habits, some of those routines. And I'll be talking about fitness programs and doing programs this week, because you have to understand that doing the programs is a journey itself, and you're going to have lots of ups and downs and those types of things. And it's not necessarily about getting the result at the end of the 6 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks or whatever it is. It's about building the foundations to then go on and achieve what you want to achieve. But that's another post. Listen, have a great day. Stay positive, stay focused, stay in control, and I hope you have a good day.